Okay, hi everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And it's been great because over the last week we've had some good reviews and we've put our recording of the last live Zoom session on YouTube, and it's already had a lot of responses. So it's been quite interesting. We did a lunch and that was great. Um, Thank you for joining us, Sabine. And today we're about to talk about mindful snacking during isolation phase. But just before we go into that, Sabine, you know who I am, but since we last met, I've done hypnotherapy, and I'm now a master life coach and a clinical hypnotherapist. And I work one-on-one with people, weight loss, as well as different issues that people have that's blocking their weight loss. So I work on that from a hypnotherapy level, on a subconscious level, because sometimes we hang on to the weight for very interesting subconscious reasons, where we don't want attention, or when we were growing up we were told we're not good looking. So there's a lot of things going on under, which make us hold on to the weight. So we don't make you lose the weight, we make you shed the weight, let go of it, because anything you lose you want to find again. So we help you let go, basically. So yes, we can now start thinking about how in this time, sorry, now Anna actually will give you a very quick overview about the technical aspects. Hi,
Hi,
Anna.
Sabine. Thank you, Ahlaam. So just like a quick introduction to the software, you have the option to raise hand here to let us know you'd like to ask a question.
Anna, your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but even for Ahlaam, initially the voice was perfect, but now
I can hear.
It's difficult to hear.
Is it breaking?
No, it's difficult to hear. It's
Do you hear me any better? Okay, then maybe I should let go of the pods.
On my side,
Anna.
I can hear you well without interruption.
Okay, and okay, I hear you well. Sabine, where are you? Are you in a good internet place, like a good Wi-Fi signal?
Yes.
Because
yes, I was
Anna
able
well.
to hear you perfectly initially, and after this slide, I think something went wrong with the microphone, or I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let me carry on talking and see if you still hear me right. Can you still hear me right?
Or do you want me to join the meeting again? Leave and join?
Anna, what do you think?
Yeah, might be better.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then Sabine, you've realized that what else we've done, right? The master life coaching, clinical hypnotherapy. You got all of that, right? Sabine?
Hello, yeah, sorry.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, excellent. So Anna is just going to, I think, Anna, everybody pretty much knows, well, Sabine knows. Sabine, do you know all the technical aspects about being on a Zoom meeting, obviously?
Yeah.
Just putting up your hand if you have questions, etc.
Yeah.
And this is Anna, you wanted to say this is a recording?
Yes, we will be recording and it will be posted on YouTube, as you mentioned in the beginning. And of course,
Perfect.
If you don't want to be on the camera on the recording, you can have only the audio option. Perfect.
Excellent.
So let's get going.
Beautiful. Yes. Okay, Sabine. So during isolation, have you been like most of us others who have actually gone into isolation snacking, binging more like it? And has it been that way for you?
It happens sometimes, but then I try to compose myself and do some breathing and all. But you know, we all have highs and lows during the week.
Absolutely. Well said. Yeah. So my question is, what do you snack on?
Usually I snack on fruit or nuts. But when you feel low, then then you know, tend to reach out for stuff which is not, you know, healthy for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, great. So at least you're aware of it. So I think the biggest important piece of information is being aware that we're actually snacking. Many people say, no, we don't snack, or no, we won't be snacking. But I think it's just being aware that we will snack. We have a lot more time on our hands. We're a bit more kind of lost about the future. Nobody knows. Everybody's a little all over the place during this pandemic. So I think it's really important for us to be aware of the fact that we will be snacking. That's rule number one. Rule number two is actually making sure that we have healthy snacks. So planning your actual snack sessions. Because once you plan, you'll actually be able to control what you're snacking on. And if you've got the healthy options like you have, Sabine, you've got amazing things in place. So I think most of us are not that organized. Many of us will reach out for whatever the kids are having or the husband is having, or the rest of the family is eating. So I think number one, being aware of the fact that we're snacking. Number two is important about how we actually plan our snacking. So once we do that, we're well on our track. Now, number three, I think we've got the points there. And if you stay till the end, you can actually even get a screenshot and a little gift at the end. So basically, the third thing is to actually find good, healthy substitutes for snacking. Generally, we have things like, if you feel like a sugar rush, it's very intelligent to actually switch to the healthier options like you've done. So more, if you're getting a sugar rush or a sugar craving, best thing to do is to actually replace and substitute. So do not fall for the seafoods, which are the chips, the cookies, chocolate, cheese, crackers. Those are the easiest ones that we all fall for. And they're the ones that make us put on all the extra inches along our bellies. So it's very critical you avoid all these seafoods. Yeah. By seafood, I don't mean the seafood SEA, I mean the big seafood. So you can always take screenshot of this because that's really critical to keep handy. So plan your snacks. When you go shopping, make sure you actually get some healthy options for yourself, and keep the refrigerator and the cupboards stocked with healthy options. If you clear out your cupboard and your refrigerator of all the junk food, you'll find that you actually have so many more options and just less temptation. So it's called controlling, situational control. If you can remove everything that is tempting and naughty and replace with everything that's healthy and clean, you'll have less temptations. So, and finally, when you're actually going shopping, choose all the nutrient dense snacks like you do, Sabine. The actual nuts, the fruits, the seeds. And if you feel like having some chocolate, go for the dark 90% chocolate, which is very low on sugar. Mix it up with fruits and nuts. Break it into nice little chunks and almost make a little trail mix out of it. And that way you've actually got a very healthy snack at hand as and when you need to use it. You can make your granola bars at home, or you can have, buy it from a nice, reliable company who does not use additives, because additives are the most important, the sugars, the fats, the preservatives, etc. Those are the real killers. Those are the ones that make you put on the weight. If you make all of these things at home, like granola bars, etc., you know what you're putting in them. You will control the sugars, and there'll be no refined sugars, hopefully. So things like you can sweeten with raisins, you can sweeten with dried figs, you can sweeten with dates. Those are all good sugars, yeah? I mean, sugar in itself is not the healthiest thing to have, but at least it's healthier than the maltose and dextrose and all that. Also, learn to read labels. That's really, really important. Once you read the labels, you will know what's really lurking and hidden in these so-called healthy snacks. So that's about it from me. You need to now ask me questions. And then we take it from there. So Sabine, what questions do you have?
Okay, so what are your suggestions for healthy snacking apart from these granola and nuts and fruit? Because sometimes you crave salty.
Okay, so the good thing to do with the salty is, do you know of dairy-free cheese?
Mm-hmm.
You could do dairy-free cheese with keto crackers, like the seed crackers. That's one option. The other thing that I tell my friends is, my members, the dips, cheese dips. You can use that with vegetable sticks. So spice
Mm-hmm.
up the dips. You can actually add salt, you can add chilies, you can add whatever you like to it. And that way you find that it's a good snack with either your crackers or your vegetable sticks. So
Mm-hmm.
keep in the fridge celery, carrots, cucumber sticks constantly and snack on them. The other thing you could do that is really good is make some vegetable crisps at home. Do you know how to do that?
You mean kale chips?
Exactly. Like kale, you can do a lot of other things like courgette, you can do carrots, you can do okra, beetroot. Slice them really fine, season them with salt, a tiny bit of oil, some smoked paprika, etc. And just stick it in the oven on very low heat. And leave it for a couple of hours, and that's going to turn it into crisps. Like,
Okay.
exactly like your kale chips. So it's a matter of
Mm-hmm.
keeping these really interesting options at hand. So you said kale chips. Do you make them at home?
Yep.
Amazing. You should share the recipe with us. Do you put it in a dehydrator or do you put it in an
No,
oven?
no, no. I just use my air fryer.
Oh, very good. And then do you make it with some spicy sort of seasoning?
I just add a little bit of olive oil and salt. That's it.
Very good. And then you use it in the dry, you put it in the dry fryer for how long?
It depends on the thickness. So sometimes,
No, for the kale.
yeah, because sometimes you get the curly kale and sometimes you get the different one here. So
Okay,
if it's,
all right.
so what I've realized that if I get those small pieces, then they tend to stick in the air fryer. So I try to
Right.
buy the longer ones,
Okay, the bigger pieces. Do you buy
the
the whole
bigger pieces.
kale and then break it into pieces?
Yes.
Or okay, good. Excellent. And then it comes out really crisp.
Yes.
Beautiful. So you could use your dry fryer for sweet potato crisps. You could do a very slim carrot circles discs. Same with courgette. It
Mm-hmm.
works beautifully well for all of these. So that's a great thing that you've actually experimented with uh, you know, with your dry fryer.
Mm-hmm.
Many people make samosas in that as well. Have you tried that?
Yeah, I did in Ramadan.
And how did that work out? They don't get all crumpled?
No, they don't.
Very good. Have you tried making pakoras in them?
Not yet.
Because that would be very interesting to see how they don't stick to the sides and how do they become crisp.
Mm.
That would be an interesting experiment. And you could do peppers, you could do it with radish, you could do it with so many different things, and just keep them in an airtight container. Do you have a recipe for the 6 seed crackers?
No, I don't.
Okay, we can send you that at the end of this. It's a very good recipe. And you can
Mm-hmm.
literally just throw all the seeds together and put it in the oven, just a thin layer, and then you've got a great, you can spice it up a little. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, it's salty. So there's your savory little snack that you were asking about. You can spice them up with za'atar, with rosemary, with smoked paprika, or anything else you fancy.
Okay, that would be great.
We'll send you that. What other questions do you have? So do you like cookies? Do you kind of get tempted with cookies?
Sorry, Ahlaam, to interrupt. We also have a new participant. Just wanted to say hi to
Okay.
Tuba.
Okay. Hi, Tuba. Hi. Did you say Tuba? Yeah. Yeah. There's.
Yes.
I see Tuba now. Hi, Tuba. How are you doing? You don't have sound from Tuba.
No. Tuba, you will need to unmute yourself if you want to share with us.
Okay. All right, Tuba. So I think you've missed maximum part of the actual conversation we've had, but no worries. Here is the 5 top tips. You can actually take a screenshot of it, Tuba, and we were talking about how you can have savory as well as other sort of snacks. So I was going to ask you, Sabine, do you actually enjoy cookies?
Yeah.
And do you know how to make those 3 ingredient cookies with just oats, ripe bananas, and raisins?
I never tried them.
You should try them. They're very, very simple. In fact, on my IGTV on Instagram, I have the recipe for the 3 ingredient cookies. So it's just literally oats, ripe bananas, and raisins. Bind them all together, mash the bananas, add the oats, bind them all together and bake them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's really simple. You could add dark chocolate chips into it. You could add cinnamon into it. You could add, a few, different things if you wanted, like dates if you wanted, right? And a tiny bit of Himalayan salt. It gives it a little zing.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are actually really, really easy recipes that you can keep in a jar in an airtight container and refer to them as and when. Do you have kids, Sabine?
Yes.
Are they all grown up?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So are they at home or are they at uni? Where are they?
2 of them are home and 1 is in uni.
Okay. So the ones who are at home will actually really, really enjoy the cookies as well and the crackers. So try them, and that's actually a really good standby little snack. Yeah.
So what do you
So
think
Tuba,
when we are doing intermittent fasting? So do you
yes.
think when in the fasting window, shall we have some snacks or drinks? Because there is
While
so
you're fasting,
conflicting information out there.
okay. So here's the truth. Here's the lowdown. So if you're doing, what are you doing? 16 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. So during those 16 hours, the only thing you're allowed is coffee and water.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing apart from that. No snack. Giving your body a rest, sort of break to be able to recover from all the food that we put into it. So 0 snacks.
Now, what about water? The detox water is fine?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Right. Tuba, do you have any questions?
Ahlaam, so I'm on the chat with Tuba. She was saying that her microphone is having some troubles.
Yeah.
So in case she's having any questions, Tuba, feel free to write us here in the chat and I can read it out to Ahlaam.
Perfect. Even I think the message comes up on our screen as well, so that's quite useful.
Perfect.
So yeah. So Sabine, tell me about your intermittent fasting. What do you eat during that time that you're supposed to be eating?
I try to eat everything in moderation.
Okay. So you're having your carbs, you're having everything.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And have you felt the difference in your weight?
Yes.
Fabulous. How much have you managed to lose?
Not much. It's just 3 kgs, but I just want to be, in the healthy range. I don't want to lose weight.
Perfect. So
But
you're doing
it's working well
really well.
for me.
Excellent. So do you stop eat? What is your eating slot? What time to what time?
Usually I start at 11 and stop at 7.
Okay. Perfect. So your 8-hour window.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That sounds amazing. So keep up the good work. Add on all of these little tips, the cookies, the dark chocolate, and if you can find dairy-free cheese that's not very processed, then
Mm-hmm.
use that as well. And make those crackers.
Mm-hmm.
And keep making those amazing chips at home.
Yeah, thank you. We'll do that.
Yeah. And do you know how to make granola bars as well?
Yeah.
You can make them, you can make the granola bars salted, by the way.
Salted, okay.
Yeah.
How? Mm-hmm.
So add Himalayan salt and cinnamon and only one date to bind all the nuts together. And that way you've got a salted, slightly sweet granola bar. And you can make it spicy as well. Add a tiny bit of chili powder and it gives you that little zing. It's a bit like the spicy chocolate, chili chocolate that you can find. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So try all those things and let us know what you think.
Okay, a lot of people do keto with intermittent fasting. Is it advisable?
Yes, I do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I love the clean effect that it gives me, but I don't do dirty keto. I do clean keto. So I don't do fried foods. I don't do, a lot of meat. I try and stick with more vegetarian options if I can. There will be twice or thrice a week that I will have some sort of fish or chicken or whatever. But yeah, I have to say I really, really love the clean, healthy feeling that you get from intermittent fasting, because intermittent fasting anyways gives your body a break. And then the keto is less carbs, so you actually feel less bloated overall. Less gaseous, less bloated, less, you will lose the weight if you can hang in there, if you have the discipline.
Okay, and what about exercise? Do you exercise when you're fasting or when you're eating?
I do it while I'm fasting, because that's when it burns the maximum amount of fat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So yeah, so let us know if you have any questions anymore. Tuba, do you have any questions? You can text us or send us the question in written.
For now, she has mentioned that she doesn't have any questions, and she said that she likes the 3-ingredient cookies and will make them.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Sabina, I have another question for you. Do we have your email address?
Yes, I got your email.
Okay, great. So it's through Anna. So what we will do is send you the link for downloading this book of mine, or at least a handful of recipes from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a preview. Absolute pleasure.
I have put the link in the chat. So if you click the link now, it can open and you can sign up there. Once, because you are on a separate email list, that we will not be sending too many emails onto that email list. But with this one, yes, you will have access to the next invitation to the Zoom calls and the links to the YouTube videos.
Yeah, because we don't want to spam you guys. So if you actually put in your details, then we can make sure you get regular invitations. Same with you, Tuba. So yes, so finally do follow us on Instagram. I have a lot of videos on there, very healthy, like kimchi and the oat cookies and everything else. I'll be doing some more detox recipes. I've done a very interesting avocado ice cream that's actually really, really good for you, and it's excellent for keto. So it's got just coconut milk and avocado, and that's it really. No sugars, just a little bit of maple syrup. So follow that recipe as well. Look for my recipes. I do detoxes as well. I do lots of different things. So follow us on Instagram, as well as YouTube has a lot of these videos. And then email me directly if you need to at hello@ahlamali.com. That's amazing. Lovely seeing you girls. Well, I can't see you girls, but yes, listening to you girls. If you have any more questions, just log on and email. All right. Thanks, Sabine. Thanks, Tuba.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye-bye.
Absolute pleasure. Take care. Bye.